The radial groove, it's a little difficult to understand, but it pretty much, if they point to anywhere on the midline, it's the radial groove.
Hey, do you have any more questions or anything?
Off the top of my head.
Cool.
Oh, I think so.
Take care.
It's like, I swear to God,
Can we now go over the muscles on just to get orientated on the crazy arm?
You guys know them. Come on, work with me. First identify, you gotta figure out where you are. Start with the cuboid fossa.
yeah, have a good night.
See ya.
Alright, let's go inside.
The cuboid fossa, it's just...
So cuboid fossa, that's the whole region. So what's 14?
Wow. Flexor.
Biceps brake.
Cool. Gonna be that little chip kind of be on the lateral side up top. Other side. Yep. Yep. On the outside.
I'm gonna get a bagel.
Deltoid.
I don't know these well enough.
Move down to what we
The
just did.
brachialis is underneath the biceps. Yeah, the brachialis is underneath also.
Yep.
Yeah, and we can't ask what
And then the choriobrachialis is on I know how to spell it. It's like Coraco, like the country. Coraco.
Coracoid process is going to come down to the brachia.
To the brachia.
Continue on. So let's start with the anterior group. So this is the anterior portion of your forearm. I'm just going to rotate myself. So here's the posterior, because these are going to be all your extensors. And these are going to be your flexors. So start with this side. You know your flexors. Start there.
I'm thinking of the deep ones now, like the supinae.
No, just wait. Trust me, you know it.
It's the P one.
I gotta see you too.
Palmaris. That's that one, isn't it?
Yeah. So you got palmaris longus. You're gonna help her out. It's gonna be a small one.
Sorry, I'm like trying to.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, is that super? No, supinated on that side.
You got two pronators. So which one's up top and which one's in the wrist? Which one's the wristwatch?
Pronator quadratus.
Yes. So that's pronator quadratus. That leaves pronator what?
Pronator teres.
Yes, pronator teres. So moving on. You can hold that. No, so pronator teres was there. Yep. Now what's towards you?
This one?
Yep. So think about where it is and where's it going and what function will it have.
Flexor.
Yep.
Polys.
Hold on.
Don't show fear.
Did you mean it was over here? Look at where the tendon's going. It looks like it stops right at the wrist. So it's gonna be one of those weird carpi ones.
Carpi.
Mm-hmm. And on what side? So it's a flexor, carpi.
Radialis.
Yes, exactly.
And then the old neris is on the other side.
Well, hold on. So remember, this is the ulnar side.
Okay.
So continue on. So pronator teres.
Pronator teres. Or flexor, carpi, radialis.
Exactly.
Palmaris longus. Extensor, carpi.
Well, no, we're still in the flexor group, so it's all gonna be flexor.
Flexor, carpi, ulnaris.
Now, what are these low lives hanging out down low?
The superficial.
Use them.
Digital.
Something superficial. Something.
So flexor,
Flexor superficialis.
Well, flexor superficialis just means a flexor that's shallow. So it's got to be flexing what? Flexor blank superficialis.
Is it a carpi?
Remember, we have 5 carpi and they each have their own thing. This is going to be flexor. If you're not sure, follow the tendons. Flexor digitorum superficialis. So that covers the superficial flexor group. Now, Marianne would go over the posterior group. So orientate yourself first. So find the cuboid fossa. So that's your olecranon process. So you want to be on the other side.
Yeah.
Your identifying factor is the small one is teres coronary teres, and then start working this with 3 other ones.
So.
So extensor pollicis. Oh. That's the next one. That's the next one, right?
If you're unsure, think about where it goes. Where does it start? It's starting kind of near the humerus, and it's going.
Oh.
See, that's what I'm saying. You guys knew it, and I had
Brachyradialis.
one more time.
Brachioradialis.
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 So brachial radialis, and then these are extensor,
Pollicis.
So, what did I say about the carpi muscles? Remember, for the flexors, you get 1 of each. But for the extensors, you have 3. 2 on one side, which is like a longus and brevis, and then you have another one, which is doing its own thing. So for the radial side, you have an extensor carpi radialis longus and brevis, whereas for the ulnar side of the extensors, you just have extensor carpi ulnaris. So, try naming it again.
okay. So brachialis brachial radialis.
Brachioradialis.
Extensor.
Let's take this outside.
Carpi.
Where are we? We're on the posterior side, so everything's got to be an extensor. So extensor, it's going to the carpal bones. Now take it from there.
Radialis. Right? Radialis, isn't it?
So it's extensor carpi radialis. Longus. Or
Longus.
brevis?
Oh, yes. Extensor carpi radialis longus. And then, because it's the long one.
This one would be extensor carpi radialis brevis.
Beautiful.
No?
No, it's a beautiful. That's great.
Oh.
Yeah, fantastic.
That took a long time.
So what's the straight shooter? This big guy straight shooter. It's on the back side. So follow the tendon. Where's it going?
Oh, did you drop that again?
What's it gonna do?
Extensor digitorum.
You got it, Mary. So the extensor digitorum, it's gonna take up. It's quite a bit bigger muscle because it has to worry about more fingers. So what's the little guy right to the right?
Extensor digitorum. Okay.
So we had, remember, we had 2 guys on this side for the carpal bones. Then you have extensor digitorum, extensor digitominimi. And then what's this guy doing? What's he doing?
Is that? No, we're still. Wait, this is flexing. Is this all of these? These are all extending.
Yep.
Oh wait, the ulna.
Extensor
Extensor.
carpi ulnaris.
Does that make sense? So like I was saying, glad that was a fall. So there's brachioradialis. And remember, on the extensor side, you have 3 muscles dedicated to the carpal bones, whereas for the flexor side, you only have 2. One for the ulna, one for the radius. Now for the extensors, you have 2 muscles dedicated to the carpal bones and the radius, and 1 for the ulna. Now does that kind of help clear things up a little bit? Because for the extensor carpi radialis. There's a longus and a brevis. Whereas for extensor carpi ulnaris, there's just extensor carpi ulnaris. There's no longus, no brevis, none of that stuff. Cool. Cool.
Is the weird little one on there, and the little triangle one on that, on this one? Oh, I think it's the only one. Yeah, right here. This one. I just already forgot what it is.
You know what it is?
Is it an extensor?
It's a wristwatch.
Quadratus.
Quadratus what?
Yeah,
Or
quadratus.
blank quadratus.
Extensor. Pronator.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Cool.
Where's the? This is the Where's the Ana
Anconius?
on this one? Is that there?
So, Anconius.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Can you quickly go over the hand?
So,
So it's the. Okay. Just looking at this one. So that's just the Anconius right there. Okay.
not for the hand. I'm gonna start with whatever I think is coolest. So in the hand, what I was trying to say earlier is that your whole body basically is like a giant puppet show, and you have muscles on the anterior side primarily dedicated to flexion, and muscles on the posterior side mostly for extension. Now, you have muscles in your palms that actually do both. They can extend and flex, which is really weird. They're called lumbricals. Now, where are the lumbricals? The lumbricals, you have one for each digit, but 44, that's a lumbrical. The skinny long one, and they kind of reside at either side of the tendon. And actually, so this one has two lumbricals, that one has two lumbricals, that one has two lumbricals, that one has two lumbricals. Now what the lumbricals do is they simultaneously, so this is metacarpal, so we have carpal, metacarpal, and phalange. What they effectively do is flex the metacarpal phalangeal joint while extending your phalanges. What does that look like? If you activate your lumbricals, womp. That's it. So something's actually kind of interesting. So the effects of diabetes are oftentimes related to nerve damage. Because basically diabetes, you have these sugary crystal deposits at your extremities. So that's when you hear diabetic people having loss of sensation in their toes and their fingers, because the nerves going to these different regions lose their blood supply. And if you lose blood supply to your nerve, you can't use it as well. So now, let's think for a moment. Your lumbricals are activated by your ulnar nerve. So you have lumbricals for your ulnar nerve and lumbricals for your, I believe it's the median nerve. But basically, if you have late-stage diabetes, what happens is you lose nerve control to the lumbricals. And so normally the lumbricals allow you to flex your knuckles and extend your phalanges. But if you have nerve damage, it actually does the opposite, where you'll flex your phalanges and you'll extend your knuckles. And it only happens on two fingers because, the ulnar controls two, and then the other nerve will control the rest of them. But what that looks like is that you get that shape. So these are staying normal, and these get locked in place because the lumbricals aren't working anymore, and you flex the phalanges and extend your knuckles. Whereas normally, if you were to activate your lumbricals, you would flex your knuckles and extend your phalanges. So if ever you go to shake hands with someone that has late stage, they're really old or they're diabetic, sometimes they'll give you this kind of handshake. And it'll feel kind of funny. You kind of feel like there's something kind of weird in your hand, and that's because they have nerve damage. And actually, they call this the bishop's sign. It kind of looks like someone's trying to bless you.
Oh yeah, that's kind of
Yeah, so it's kind of cool little syndrome.
okay. So the lumbricals,
Lumbricals
Are just-
skinny dude.
right? But I mean, you said they were on both sides, so
Yeah, because I'm not just doing it to my point.